Well, hello everybody. Marie Graceberg here, host of the Teach and Profit Summit. And here with me is Natasa Denman, the 48-hour author. And we are going to learn about how she's teaching or she's taken her expertise, especially in writing and for authors, teaching them how to become a 48-hour author. You know, a 48-hour author or become an author in 48 hours. What a breakthrough that one is. I mean, I'm really excited to go deeper into how she's doing it and how she's been able to teach others to do the same way. So, Natasa, welcome to the stage.
Thank you so much, Marie. I'm super excited and thank you for having me.
I am delighted to have you here, and I'm sure our listeners and our audience are really excited because a lot of our audience are either authors or want to be authors, coaches, experts, and this has been like a long time dream of mine, and I'm sure I'm not the only one going to be learning here about them as well. So thank you. But let's get started with you sharing a little bit. How did you get started, and that led you to creating this program and helping authors to become author. I know you have a really interesting story, but I want you to share that with them so that they can see your journey and your transition from being an author yourself and also helping others to become authors themselves.
Yeah, I love it. Well, my journey started coming up to 7 years ago now this year. And I had a defining moment in my life where my husband lost a business, and it really struck me as a rock bottom moment in my life because I felt like we were climbing that success ladder, and we had just had our first child, and that drew me to become a coach, which I didn't realize it was about me helping myself first before I could help other people. And when I started out as a coach, I very quickly realized that coaching doesn't sell. It's actually a solution to a problem that sells. And by going networking and saying about what I was doing, I came to a decision with a mentor of mine that I would focus on weight loss. And someone said to me that, Nat, you should write a book. It'll be your business card on steroids. And when they said that to me, I thought, yeah, of course. Like, I didn't doubt it. I didn't doubt myself. And I started writing my first book only about 7 months in after I started because I needed to do something. I had only one paying client at the time. And when my first book came out, I set a 90-day goal. In 90 days, I completed it, which is not obviously 48 hours, but it was still pretty fast for someone doing it for the first time with no support, which I didn't realize people like me existed back then, right? And so I just figured it all out myself. Made a lot of mistakes, which is okay, but my book came out 6 months after the day I started writing it, through the whole editing and layout process. And that's the thing that got my first niche and coaching business to the 6 figures. And that happened in 90 days after the book came out. At the same time, having baby number 2. So I'm become mum again, but I needed to go out there because if I wasn't going to go out there, I was going to have to go back to my day job. And so as the book became more known and for me, networking and speaking and all that sort of stuff, people started, health and wellness practitioners and other coaches said, well, Nat, how did you do this? How did you write a book? How did you write these programs and all that? And it seemed to be one of my talents. Like, I know in this life we learn stuff from other people, then we become good at it. And other things, we just have this innate talent of doing it ourselves from the beginning. And I started mentoring and coaching other, more in a business consultant kind of way, but I didn't realize at the time that that was around product development and writing content and putting together books and all this sort of stuff. Until one day I obviously wrote a book over a weekend by realizing that I could fast track this process if I was going to speak out my content and then get it transcribed and then pulled together. So that book only took 72 days from start to finish, including all the preparation, the execution, and editing and layout. So less than half the time for my first book. And realized a few months later after doing that, I go, well, if I can do this for myself, perhaps, other people can do it for them. I could just teach them, reverse engineer the whole process and teach someone how to do it. And thus, 3.5 years ago, I launched what is now Ultimate 48-Hour Author. It was called that from the very beginning, and people took really great interest into it. But I wanted to create a program that was going to get 100% results. That means anyone that's going to invest in this high-end program is going to have a book at the other end of it and know what to do with this book. So I approached publishers, I approached transcriptionists, I pulled together a team of people that would formulate this all one-stop shop place that's going to get everything done for them. And we put it out there. We got the first 10 authors through, retreat style. So people come to Melbourne and from all over Australia, and we're expanding in the US. And now I've also got an online program, which we'll talk about later. But 150 people later, we're about to go on a 14th retreat, and we have got every single person to finish. So that's my story in a nutshell. I love what I do in the business. The last 3 years has been 7 figures. I'm running it from home. This is my home office, and my 3 children have been running around the house. I've got 3 children now. My 2-year-old was here just 5 minutes ago, sort of, seeing what I'm doing, and it's great. The flexibility, the lifestyle, but it wasn't like that, Marie. When you start out, it was full on. For the first 2 to 3 years, it was full on, and it's just become better and better.